why have you come down here today?
We've come here this evening because two Labour councillors have tabled a motion to the Aspire councillors to make the Pink Ladies far right and the hanging of the flags as far right. And we're not far right. We want them to understand that we're here to protect women and children, and we don't stand outside hotels. What we do is we put things in place that will protect women and children from the unidentified men. I want to know, how do you process somebody that doesn't have a past? Okay, so you've got this young identified guy standing in front of you. He looks about 35, but he tells you he's 20. He looks Somalian, but he's telling you he's from Iraq. Okay, how do you process that to allow them to either stay or go? I don't know what they're doing, and it would be nice to understand their processing system.
Save our kids! Save our kids! Save our kids! Save our kids!
So I've travelled down from East Yorkshire because I joined the protest last week, and that was my first ever protest. And I met a lot of these lovely ladies. I've been speaking to all of quite a while, how we can work together. I'm going to help try and organise the Pink Ladies nationally with the help of Restore Britain, so I'm working with Rupert Lowe. And so he's happy to back the Pink Ladies. He thinks it's a great movement of just, women and mothers, grandmothers who care about their children and their communities. So I wrote a letter to all the councillors to ask them to come and speak to us, because I've heard a lot of the genuine stories why people are concerned, and also how the big hearts of these ladies and how lovely they are. If we open the discourse and actually acknowledge some things, validate some feelings, promise to take some actions, we wouldn't need to be here. I think the fact that they're just labelling us, and then none of them have responded to my email, none of them have come out to speak to us so far. I'm hopeful that we can open that discourse so that we don't need to protest. But ultimately, instead of speaking to the concerned residents, which a lot of these ladies are, they're not all from afar like me, instead of speaking to them, they've literally just branded us all, and they want to brand us all. So I'm really hopeful that this is almost like the last chance before their meeting to come and see for themselves before they judge us. And it seems really unjust that they are judging us all without actually speaking to us.
We are all one, but we don't want literally migrants coming over here, illegal ones. It's all right, listen, they're asylum seekers with their families. Sure. I feel for them people.
So it's one particular group kind of
it's
the
not
asylum
that,
seekers?
it's the people that are unlisted. Listen, it's not even that, right? Okay. We're here because I'm not racist. Not at all.
Right.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sure.
I didn't want to come here. I only go to the Burleigh Hotel. I don't go anywhere else. But I came here to say that I'm not racist.
Right.
Yeah? I'm here. I love everyone.
Sure.
Yeah, but I don't like what's happening to our children. Yeah, people in the hotels. They're getting everything free. They're going into schools.
Sure.
There's a girl. What about that poor girl who threw herself out a window? Starmer ain't doing nothing about that.
Sure.
How many men got hold of her, raped her, all of them raped her, drugged her, and to get out, she threw herself out the window and died. What about her poor family?
Nazi scum off our streets! Nazi scum off our streets! Nazi scum off our streets! Move back! what I mean. I'm not even like nobody. Get away! Don't touch me! Move back, please, sir. I'm on the other side.
Among the protesters gathered tonight, we have some of the Pink Lady demonstrators who've come from as far as Epping in Essex to say that they don't feel safe in their homes, their children aren't safe. They seem to have been outnumbered, though, by counter-protesters from groups including the Unison Union and Stand Up to Racism. You can hear them chanting in the background, I think. There's also drums playing, and police have formed a kind of human wall between the two groups. The motion is being debated at the moment. I think a few of the Pink Ladies have been allowed inside, but the groups are starting to merge into one big one in the centre, I think. And the Pink Ladies definitely were outnumbered by the counter-protesters who didn't want to speak to us. Spoke to a few of the Pink Ladies. They emphasised that they're worried about asylum seekers committing sexual assaults, especially the few who'd come up from Epping, where one asylum seeker was recently jailed for 12 months for assaulting a woman and a 14-year-old girl. But the energy here feels like it's amping up on the counter-protest side. A few of the Pink Ladies, I'm aware, urged others in their group not to go and antagonise the counter-protesters. I think there was a bit of that, and there are a bit of kerfuffles with the police. At the moment, everything seems to be okay, and it's all starting to slowly wind down, I would say. But there is still chanting, there is still drum music playing, and there's still a very heavy police presence out here.